And we're back.
Hi.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey! I'm going to pretend I don't know you for a second.
Welcome back to the Blind Eye Podcast.
That's better.
That's
Hey.
Are you our soundboard now?
Maybe.
Anyway, what is it?
Don't take my day job, man.
We lost some people in the process of our break. Josh Carling, Manny
Harding and Travis Van Hoosen. They got arrested. Not really. We're just joking, but seriously, they did.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Out of random, they came out symmetrical without even trying.
That's pretty
Beyond belief, dude.
Yeah, Matt here is trying to burn angles
Looks like
with
a
a paper towel onto the coals on the hookah.
It doesn't take away from the hit, does it?
No.
Oh, but it's still. You should probably
You
stop.
could totally, you know what? Totally try this. Burn the Batman symbol on that thing.
Oh, dude. Okay,
Do it.
Let me start.
Do it.
Well,
Start new.
first we're back. Well, we're going to be talking more about E3. We kind of got carried away a little bit. It started going more towards the debate between Xbox One and PS4 as far as games and hardware goes. And
I will be
and
honest
software.
though, PlayStation versus Xbox is always a huge topic when it comes to E3, new reveals of titles and whatnot.
Yeah, because it does make sense that way, because at that point it's a matter of how many games they're presenting and how many of them are actually very what's the word I'm looking for? Good. What we can be looking forward to. Like, if we can really be looking forward to certain games. Like, for instance, Destiny. Everyone's all over Destiny. Everyone's going to be all over Halo. Hi. You want it?
One thing that they revealed early on before E3 was I don't know if it was from Valve, but I think it's called Evolve.
Yes, Evolve. That one looks
Who developed
amazing.
that
one? It's the same.
For the longest time, I thought it was Valve.
I think it was Valve.
Like the guys who brought you TF2.
Yeah, but the whole idea behind Evolve is it's a 4-on-1 multiplayer game where there are 4 players that are hunters, in which there is a trapper, in which slows down the enemy or traps them so the others can finish them off. There is the fine, Anthony, Jesus. There is the assault, which is all firepower and just tries to be the heavy hitter. There's the medic, which heals the hunters, and then there is one more, engineer, in which creates like turrets and additional gear to help try to defend against the other player, in which the other player is a type of is any type of monster that they choose, because the whole idea for the monster is exactly as the title is, which is Evolve, in which when you first start the game, the monster character is small, is a little weak, but can hold itself together pretty well if facing the enemies at an early stage. However, if they can stay away long enough and actually feast upon other creatures or whatnot that are on the game field, the more they feast, the more the monster evolves, in which he becomes larger, he becomes tougher, he learns new moves. And so basically when it first starts, the hunters have the advantage, but as the game progresses, it starts getting more difficult and starts going more towards the monster player's favor.
Yeah.
However, they can still take down the monster, but again, it could be a bit more difficult. And the CG detail of it looks amazing. The blur effects looks amazing. The texturing, the lines, just everything about it looks amazing, and the animation looks really.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but it's almost like Horde, right, from Gears of War.
It's a Horde type game. It's where you have a single objective. You're what is it?
Horde. Horde is more of surviving wave upon wave. It's like that is more towards firefight. This is more towards
It wouldn't be
style.
totally wrong to compare it to a horde game. You're playing with a group of people in a cooperative objective, but you're not against a mass of enemies. You're against one separate player.
I mean, there are AI creatures in the game that could be aggressive towards the hunters or as well as towards the monster, but the monster has the advantage towards that because whoever he kills and feasts from those animals, he can evolve from.
Oh, so it's almost
it's almost like an MMO where the players work together to defeat a boss. However, in this game, the opposite player is the boss.
So it's almost like Predators, where humans are pinned against the 4 hunters. Predator.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like that, except the monster can get bigger and badder.
I just want to get basic idea to make sense for me.
Yeah. And different monsters or different creatures work in different ways. Like one can be more of a ranged creature. One can be more of a brute, like a tanker. One can be more for stealth. One can be more agile. It's a matter of what the player has in mind for his own game style. And also, there are additional character choices for each class of hunter, but in general, it's mainly those 4 categories that work together. And it is very vital to work together as a team to take down the monster. Otherwise, if you try working on your own, you're pretty much fucked.
Right.
Does League of Legends put money?
Sure.
Because you can't go 1v5 and expect to actually get out there alone.
What are you doing over there, Matt?
Just put it down. Just
No.
put it down.
It was only one spark. I'm okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm okay.
shit!
Liability issue, Dustin. He's gonna start bringing somebody in a suit someday.
All right. This is as close as I got. I'm gonna stop.
That's good. I like it.
Close enough.
I give him a C.
Speaking of that, have you guys seen the trailers for the next Batman?
Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight's at the E3.
Crazy.
The Batmobile, how it goes from like a car into an attack vehicle, where when it goes to attack mode, it can strafe side to side. It has Gatling guns. It has a tank cannon.
Now, when you
on
speak
it.
of the Batmobile, are you talking about the old school Batmobile? Or
No, dude, are you kidding me? No.
See, no, it's more of a hybrid between the old Batmobile with the Dark Knight Batmobile. Like how one is sleeker, like it's with sleek but with brutal force. If that makes sense.
It does.
And I'm getting the shut the fuck up sign.
It's safe to say that we can all agree that any Batmobile beats the one with the movie
With the nipples and the crotch shots and
with the stupid Batmobile of the glowing disco ball
Batman
right in
and
front.
Robin. I talk about Batman and Robin.
With the stupid Batmobile.
Honestly, I love that movie because Arnold's in it. Arnold's in it. Arnold's one of my heroes.
He's got the shittiest puns in that movie, though.
But it's so funny!
All right, everyone, chill.
If you think of
What
that,
killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
if you think of the movie as a whole, it was awful. But if you take the individual portions,
Bits and pieces.
No. Specifically, the point of the movie is Batman and Robin. If you were to take specifically George Clooney and the character, the actor that plays
Robin?
Dick Grayson. If you were to forget his name, but if you were to take just how they interact, that is quite literally the epitome, I guess, of Batman and Robin. It's the constant.
Chris O'Donnell.
Thank you.
He's a 90s pretty boy.
And he's in NCIS.
Is Batman and Robin. So if you were to take that specifically, the movie is good. However, overall, it just didn't survive.
So, I mean, speaking of Batmobiles, I was in, I think, Van Nuys with my parents just to go eat somewhere, some seafood place, and they had an arcade there. And little did I know, they had like this Batmobile arcade game that I literally fell in love with.
Did I tell you guys I saw the Tumblr
Yes.
in person?
You asshole.
It was literally one of the very first posts when it was.
When I was interning at Warner Brothers, the first thing I saw on my first day of work was the Tumblr, and it's a lot smaller in person.
Really?
Yeah,
A lot. If I were to stand up, the top of the tumbler would come to
Like half of his back.
Would roughly right here.
How tall are you?
Really?
I'm about 5'10", almost 5'11".
But
so
in the
it's-
movie, it's much bigger.
well, because they zoom in because of Hollywood, because Hollywood makes everything look better.
of course.
Oh yeah.
So
Got that Hollywood magic.
I can actually show you.
But when it comes to
Like, wasn't there a guy leaning on that?
yeah,
when it comes to the movie Batman and Robin, they did kind of mess up with some of the character backgrounds, such as the woman that plays as Batgirl. She's originally in the comic books is actually Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
Yeah.
Barbara Gordon.
However, they changed it around to be Alfred's.
It was a film movie adaptation. It happens all the time. It's to be expected in every single
Still,
You know why?
YouTube video.
Why?
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
He thinks he's better
If you
than
literally
everybody
go on
else.
YouTube right now.
But Tim Burton didn't make Batman and Robin.
Did
He
he
just
not?
made that movie.
No, he didn't make that. He didn't make Batman and Robin movie. No.
It was somebody else.
Back to the Arkham Knight.
Hold on. If you literally go on YouTube right now, type
Last
in
point
everything
before
that's
Arkham Knight.
wrong with Batman and Robin.
Hang on.
Funniest video ever, and they are all everything that they do is so true.
Batman and Robin was directed by Joel Schumacher.
So blame him.
Yep.
All right, so back to Arkham Knights.
I feel like the Batmobile is the central point of interest that's sparking why Arkham Knight is going to be so awesome.
Yeah. Because they made the environment so much larger than even Arkham City, and so you need something to go across that vast map with.
So
and that
literally
is where
the
Batman-
antagonist of the game.
Or
For Arkham Knight.
And the way that the Batmobile works is really cool. Because, like, to boost, it actually has the flames on the back where you can actually see it go, like, you can see the flames come out. But also, when it turns, not only is there steering from the wheels, of course, but to make the cornerings easier, you see flaps from the sides come up and down as like air brakes as he turns or as he actually stops from high speeds, which makes it even cooler, I must say.
Going to Anthony's question, I don't think not much of the plot line has been released for Arkham Knight yet. We do know from forum posts that there is a character called Arkham Knight who's supposed to be like a copycat of Batman. Like we see images online.
More of a villain type.
He's a bit of a villain type, but he has a Batman type suit. It's totally mechanical. He has a helmet on. We don't know who it is underneath.
It's a
So
full
then
mask
I think-
instead of a hat.
So then the plot would end up being is someone's impersonating Batman but doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And plus,
And Batman's out there to kick his ass.
Wait, what is the story? What do we know of the Arkham Knight as of now in terms of the game?
as they showed during the presentation of the gameplay, near the end, there's a twist where it looks like it's falling apart, like it's getting frozen, like the system's going haywire, and then all of a sudden, Scarecrow pops up.
God damn it.
And so I have a feeling that the main villain of the entire thing is going to be the Scarecrow this time.
And the little Batman wannabe is going to be like that
It's-
side guy.
Honestly,
Yeah, it's gonna be like a side villain, most
Like,
likely,
yeah,
or maybe,
maybe.
Scarecrow could possibly be making Batman go through the hallucinations, and possibly, maybe Batman is imagining this guy, this wannabe, as his double. Maybe it's a theory. It's far fetched.
It sounds like a cop-out kind of thing, like the whole thing was a dream.
okay, in my honest
It's
opinion,
Scarecrow.
You're right. I'll give you that.
my honest opinion, if Scarecrow was really the main antagonist behind the entire plot, that'd be really stupid. Because all he is just BS hallucinations.
No, it's not BS.
Well, the thing is, Scarecrow can be anybody.
Scarecrow can scare the life.
Yeah,
Well, no,
it's the thing. Well,
it might not be Scarecrow, like the original Scarecrow. It could be someone else portraying a Scarecrow doing the exact same thing as the original.
I kind of
That
really
would be a
hope
huge
this.
plot twist.
Everyone can do what Scarecrow do, hallucinations. Like, all it takes is one shot from a needle of whatever mix they throw in the drug for someone to think that.
I don't know. The way that they presented Scarecrow in this looked very convincing.
I mean, because Scarecrow is just a mask. That's all it
It's the
is.
same thing as saying Batman is a mask.
Well,
But the thing is,
technically
you can see
speaking, they're
Batman's
like, they're
face.
Batman's.
Scarecrow, it's just a bag over someone's head.
Wikipedia.
Oh.
I was looking up.
But who would be
the
dumb enough
Arkham
to
Knight.
try to impersonate Scarecrow while Scarecrow is still out there?
Well-
because whoever tries to impersonate Scarecrow or any other of the villains, they're going to get their ass kicked and killed by that same villain.
Scarecrow got his ass handed to him in the first Dark Knight.
According to
It doesn't mean that he died.
According to the Wikipedia page, the Arkham Knight is described as a militarized version of Batman, with the A logo to represent Arkham Asylum.
You know what? There was this one kind of Batman adaptation that Adult Swim is showing that apparently I heard got canceled, but they still show it anyways. There's this character who I think he's talking about, but his name isn't really Arkham Knight. His name is Anarchy. But pretty much he's dressed all up in white, has an ace, has like the Anarchy symbol around on his chest, and he literally does the exact opposite of Batman.
I think eventually I'd like to get into a comic book episode of podcast, see if we can research these characters. But
the thing though about the version that they're bringing into Arkham Knight is he, as we were saying before, he does look very similar to Batman's outfit, except it's full mask instead of a half mask where you can
Iron Man, but Batman.
it's like an Iron Man Batman suit.
in a sense, yeah.
In a
And
sense.
also, I don't think he has a cape though. I don't think he has a
No, he
cape.
doesn't have a cape.
Or maybe it's one of those where it pops out anytime he needs it.
I'm
or
pulling
maybe-
up a picture or a concept art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And honestly, that looks pretty bad.
The Arkham Knight is specifically only to the video game, according to the page that I'm reading.
So it's like an exclusive.
It's exclusively to the video game, so it has no connection to any other DC
So it's
villains.
not
so he's brand new, thought up.
Yep, pretty much.
Right off the
off.
scraper.
In my honest opinion, I really hope that, like, I'm pretty sure Arkham Knight is going to be the actual main antagonist, but I'm really hoping, like, with the Scarecrow business, I have a feeling that Arkham Knight is using Scarecrow as bait to get Batman where he wants him, and then just
Wait, who's using
Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
I really hope that he uses Scarecrow as the bait.
So you want this Arkham Knight character to be the main antagonist?
Yeah, like he's making Scarecrow do all this. He's the one pulling all the strings.
The master of puppets.
But he doesn't really look like the kind of guy that would do that sort of thing. This particular
Really cool plot.
this this guy looks like he's more of the guy that actually goes into the action, like trying to take out people that Batman cares for, stuff like that.
Like
you know,
Deathstroke.
like Deathstroke, like almost assassin-ish, where Batman tries to find justice and tries to arrest them. Instead, this guy tries
That
to
could be
kill
comparable
them.
to the Red Hood when Jason.
But this one's a villain.
I was going to say you end up with another foil similar to the Joker, but instead of chaos, you end up with the opposite of, or a slightly corrupted version of justice. No, not injustice, justice. Because he's using justice as his tool, and there is a form of justice in it, but it's not injustice in the sense that he's sort of twisting it so that it follows his own rules, you know?
Okay. All right.
Like, because he's militarized, so he's following a certain amount of orders and protocol, whereas Batman is outside the law, but at the same time inside the law.
That's going to confuse a lot of audience members as to who they really want to root for in the story plot. Area.
I root for Batman because A, you get to be him, and B, you have the Batmobile that can turn into a freaking tank.
I'm sorry.
So in a sense, it does prove the whole military style theory because of the fact that his Batmobile can turn into a weapon.
Is it?
Was Kingdom Hearts 3 talked about at E3? Kingdom Hearts 3?
We go from
No, it wasn't.
Batman
It wasn't?
Actually, no.
Disney
to
Final
Disney.
Fantasy.
When
Damn it, Anthony!
Shut up. When Dustin was looking at Kingdom Hearts 3, I actually read in the caption it was not brought up at E3 at all.
It was not brought up in E3, but there are forums and whatnot saying that it's going to be presented possibly later in the year, maybe next year, and it's going around saying that it's going to be for both Xbox One and the PS4, not just the PS4.
And what I found out Wait, where was this year's
the
E3
whole idea behind
took place?
that is
Or is
to
E3 just everywhere?
LA Convention Center.
Yeah, to have both.
Because
They're spreading out their consumers.
My only problem is
From what I found, because my uncle worked at E3 in Boston, where they were doing an E3 there. Uncle Charles.
Boston?
oh shit.
They so far have the record of the most people attending that E3. From what I heard, it was 1 million people.
Wow.
Not like in one day, but like when those days for E3, 1 million people attended.
Yeah.
This year, I think it was over in the LA Convention Center.
Yeah, it was.
And but our debate here is the reason why Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be for both the PS4 and the Xbox One instead of just PlayStation.
bugs me though.
But my debate about it is a lot of developers, like for instance, like Metal Gear Solid and a couple of, I can't really name all of them at the top of my head, but they're starting to spread out their consumer base so that way they can get more people to purchase their stuff. They're trying to make a bigger profit out of it.
It's just like
because if you make it only for the PlayStation 4, it'll restrict all the other people that are like, God damn it, all I have is the Xbox One and I don't have enough money to get the PS4. But then if you put it on the Xbox One as well, then those people are like, oh, I can get on the Xbox One as well, so I'm good.
It's just like saying, sorry to cut you off, Ray, but it's just like saying God of War goes to Xbox and Halo goes to PS3.
It doesn't matter as long as the company's making profit.
Pretty much.
There are certain developers, there are certain games that are sticking to their general console.
Why is that, though?
Most likely because it's probably in the contract of those console makers. Like
They're
Microsoft
probably making more
Sony.
money sticking with the console that they originally started off with rather than going to multi-platform. They're probably making more money that way.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Because the more money you get, the more possibilities you can have towards developing the next one, the next game. That is if they make another one.
So when you showed me that, what is that game? What was it called? Sunburst something?
Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive. That was that's an Insomniac game.
That is Insomniac.
Insomniac has a reputation of being only on PlayStation.
Yeah, but this one, I have a feeling they're going to make a multi. Maybe. If it's on the PS4, either way, I'm going to get. It
said in the trailer that it's going to be for PlayStation and for Xbox.
Yeah.
So is this going to start being a trend where like most developers who used to stay on one platform going to move over to multi-platform?
Yeah. What I've seen a lot, especially nowadays, is games like Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, like all the big franchise games. Besides Halo and God of War. A lot of games out there, they go multi-platform from PC to PlayStation to Xbox, so that way everybody can enjoy it in their own way.
But somehow, I just like how major companies are staying true to their reputation with the single system. But like, if they throw
So we're having Alpha, Ruby, Sapphire, and Ruby competition.
Why don't you come over here, Todd?
Dude,
Because he wanted me to be alone with him.
What's wrong with that? Have some lovey.
Anyway.
oh my. It was great. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were presented at E3.
Totally relevant.
Really?
Yes, they were.
So
All of
they
most of
presented
the
the animated series at E3. Or are you talking about the fan base game that was
the Pokemon game.
Oh, the Pokemon game. I thought you were talking about Ruby.
No, I wish. But that's like Ruby's like for RTX and stuff.
So this Ruby Omega, you said?
Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Other way, guys.
No, it's Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
So what's the whole deal with this? Is it like they're bringing back
It's
Sapphire and
literally
Ruby?
It's revamping the.
Well, you know how they made Fire
Jump
Red and
through.
Leaf Green for the first series? It's basically the same thing.
They did that too.
However,
He did that
I
too,
think there's
yes.
a slightly different storyline with this one, only because they're including primal forms for Groudon and Kyogre.
Oh,
Primal forms?
Instead of it being Omega, they go Primal.
Huh.
So they just revert back to
Like,
their more.
You've seen what the images look like for
So-
the games, like the covers. That's what they look like when they go primal.
So when so because of this, it's going to be on the 3DS,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so they're going to be amping up the graphics and whatnot for.
It's amazing.
So are they going to bring? Are they going to bring in any of the Pokemon from any of the games after Ruby Sapphire, or is it going to be strictly Ruby Sapphire and before?
If anything, like the first remakes, it'll be strictly to the region, and then once you beat the main storyline the first time, you'll be able to bring in Pokemon from previous and future generations within that timeline. Mm-hmm. And then when you beat the second story arc, you'll be able to do whatever you want.
Is that how it was a Heart Gold, Soul Silver?
This makes me want to get the only reason I would ever want to get a 3DS is if they brought back the classic games into modern times.
That's kind of a guarantee.
Like Ruby, like this Ruby and Sapphire. I love. I had a Sapphire.
Someone made a joke on the internet where they're saying like, okay guys, we're going to incorporate the microphone for Ruby and Sapphire for the new remake, so that way whenever you're versing Elite Four, you actually have to blow into the microphone to play the trumpets.
What?
You know how it was all joke. It was all a joke, but it's just the fact that everyone. One of the reasons why everyone loved third gen was because of all the trumpets.
That when you surfed, you heard trumpets every time you entered the ocean.
And on the Elite, the soundtrack when you battle the Elite Four, it's like dun 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 dun.
All
trumpets. It's all trumpets. So the joke was you have to blow into the mic to hear that.
Yeah.
I was like, if they do that, I swear I would have laughed my ass off.
Not to mention the new megas that were confirmed.
Not many.
And you'll just hear the trumpets.
Sableye.
People are going to be passing out left and right trying to keep it.
Yeah, can anybody say lawsuit?
I can.
I'm suing Game Freak for non-marital
abilities.
And back to Halo. I just pray that soon they show actual gameplay for Halo 5 because they've been showing nothing but cinematics. Even for the multiplayer trailer, they only showed a cinematic.
Before Halo 5, they gotta show the reanimation of Halo 2 Anniversary.
I swear to God,
that same game trailer that they threw out. We have to bring that back with the.
Yeah, but they got to add at least a little bit of like a little appetizer, just a little one for the game. I'm getting shut the fuck up.
Here's my main concern, and this is a very stupid main concern.
Oh, okay. Wait, should I just raise the sign then?
No, I mean, like, honestly, I feel like it'd be really cool if they did this. If you can't play with any Spartan armor that has the poncho on it in multiplayer, I would be kind of sad because it was really cool to see Master Chief wearing a poncho.
See, what would be really cool is if in Destiny, since that Destiny was made by Bungie, it would be
bad touch.
What would be really interesting is, like in Destiny, you can implement like from different types of armor to different types of cloaks. So it'd be really interesting is that they make a special like Easter egg cloak that you could possibly find like deep somewhere within Destiny that is the Halo 5 Master Chief cloak. That would be pretty cool.
Actually, there was a edition on Halo 4 where it's another separate thing, right? It's Halo 4, but you get this little add-on that you get the cloak that was used in the Halo 5 E3 trailer.
Huh?
Yes, it's in GameStop for like $40.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Where?
GameStop.
And it's a DLC for Halo 4?
No, it's not a DLC. It's the legit Halo 4 game, the regular copy, right? But if you buy it, you get this little download that for multiplayer, you get the Halo 5 cloak for an avatar.
Please tell me for the avatar?
Yes.
Oh, god damn it, dude. I thought you were going to be
I was
putting
like,
the cloak into the Halo 4 game.
I saw the cloak,
dude,
I'm like, please be...
Where is this?
I'm like, multiplayer? No, it's for a stupid avatar. I'm like, no. But it's still fun. It's good to have.
It's good, but what I'm talking about is, well, it would be cool to actually have the cloak in the game.
Yes.
They'll probably have it as an unlockable in Halo 5.
Just like they did with Halo Reach.
Maybe. It's just a matter of if they can animate the fabric. Because 90% of the time it's mainly armor based, like just...
You don't think 343 can stand up to that? Seriously?
No, after what they did with Halo 4,
I'm not saying that.
Dude,
I'm just saying that.
Halo
I'm just
5.
saying that most, like 90 to 100% of the time, you hardly ever see any fabric movement on characters.
So, like you're saying, like what they did with Halo Reach, with the whole like armor display.
Yeah.
Arms in the air. Yeah, with little hands falling. Like with the lightning cloud, the little flames on your head.
It's in-game engine physics.
Well,
it's not going to be a hard thing at all.
Like, well, those are more for like just. I mean, it is an extra flare. Don't get me wrong, but that is like flame effect.
But like,
that
you're hoping they implement that into Halo 5.
Those are little particle effects. It's not actual fabric effects. There is a difference between fabric.
I mean, what you're saying is like you hope they implement what they did with Reach into Halo 5, but with clothing.
Yes,
it's possible.
It is possible.
It's plausible.
It is plausible, but I really hope they do that. That would be pretty cool. Like if you beat it on Legendary, you get the cloak.
Solo.
Fuck that.
All skulls.
Fuck that shit. No.
Speaking of fuck.
Huh?
Okay, so one of my friends, whenever we play Halo 4, really likes to talk about how it just became Call of Duty in terms of how you need to play the game, get points, that way you can buy and upgrade stuff. What's your views on that?
I think we talked about this earlier today.
Really?
We were okay.
Say one more time?
No, because
the introduction of the class system and how relatable it is to Call of Duty. I'm okay with it.
For as far as loadouts go?
Yeah.
Oh, loadouts, yeah.
I'm okay with
loadouts, leveling up.
Because at that point it allows you to create what your type of gameplay. Like for me, I'm a very aggressive, always rushing in close quarters. So my number one setup, my number one loadout is an assault rifle with a magnum, with mobility, so I get infinite sprint, along with dexterity, so it's quick reload, so I can be instantly right around a corner, quick reload, and come right back in the fight.
You do too.
And then jetpack for armor ability, so I can go up to higher levels without needing stairs, so that way if people are camping out at the stairs or rampways, I can easily come up on a different level and flank them. And then along with frag grenades, and I think that is it.
So all your loadouts are the same in terms of what weapon it is. It's just different abilities.
No, you can change your loadout.
You can change abilities. You can change weaponry.
No, just I personally. That's why.
Me personally, I do have two of the similar loadouts. Everything from the Magnum down is the same, but one is an assault rifle and one is a battle rifle.
Okay.
Battle rifle is more for my precision type stuff, and also I'm trying to master the battle rifle for personal gain. But I also have heavy, which concentrates more towards
vehicle.
Not vehicle, that's my pilot. But heavy is more for turret use. I use two primary weapons: one assault rifle, one DMR, and then pilot is where it's a different skinned assault rifle along with the plasma pistol, so I can disable other vehicles. Plasma grenade, so those can stick onto vehicles if I ever disable one or if there's one trying to pass me by. Jetpack for in case if I get ejected out of a Banshee from high altitude, or if I get ejected out from low from the ground, so I can get high off the ground so I don't get blown up. And then for the perks. One is when you unlock the full operator, in which what happens is it makes your vehicle a bit tougher, more durable, and also if someone tries to hit you with a plasma pistol, a charged plasma pistol, which can disable your vehicle, the effect is very significantly shortened, and so people be trying to disable me from high up in the air when I'm in Banshee or something, and so by the time I hit the ground, I'm already back up in the air. And then also there is a special perk that came out with the last DLC, in which if your vehicle gets damaged or blown up, you automatically get ejected out of the vehicle.
Which also brings me to another kind of debate between the DMR versus the BMR.
It's gonna be a whole different topic, dude.
Yeah, the battle or the just BR, the BR, the battle rifle.
But BMR is its own thing, isn't it?
The BR is more of a medium range precision weapon, while the DMR is a much longer range because it's a single shot, and plus the DMR does have a bit more kick. It's sort of like a weakened version of the sniper rifle in a sense.
Now, going back to the E3 when they showed Halo 5, do you think they're going to reintroduce?
Did they show Halo 5?
They did show a little bit. They did mainly show the multiplayer, and also they mainly showed a cinematic trailer for the match.
Now, do you think they're going to reintroduce the old school weapons, like the SMG, the Needler?
They're bringing those into the Halo 2 anniversary. I don't know if they're going to be doing that for the Halo 5. I just pray to God they bring back the plasma rifle at least.
Double needler.
Because
they're never going to touch dual again.
No, only Halo 2 anniversary is going to be bringing that back.
That's going to be so depressing.
The Needler, it's the overkill.
But I honestly, even though I didn't really use it that much in any other games, I honestly really missed the plasma rifle, in which was one of the stone weapons from Halo 1 all the way up to Halo 3. all the way up to Halo 3. Yeah. And then when Halo 4 came around, they replaced it with the storm rifle, which is kind of a longer version of
repeater.
It's more of the repeater, yeah. And so when I couldn't find the plasma rifle, I'm like, where's the plasma rifle? No, it's one of the original guns. You cannot get rid of one of the original guns like that.
That was the one where it was kind of like this shape and it just kind of shot out and it looks like like all guns, you know.
Best description ever.
The storm rifle looks like a smaller, sleeker version of the carbine.
Okay, yeah.
One more title before we run out of time because we are almost out of time. Fuck, turn off your phone.
Why is the battery dead?
No, it's just we're over already.
Oh, like how much?
Like 6 minutes over.
Well, we care
what's our
about
usual?
our viewers or listeners in this case.
One more time, I wanted to talk about.
They view with their ears.
They listen.
They listen through their eyes.
I wanted to talk about Tom Clancy's Divisions.
Yes. The gameplay for that looks amazing.
It was stunning. It was just gorgeous all around.
Yeah.
Gameplay looked like it was really smooth.
Yeah. And they didn't show any gameplay this year, I don't think. They did show cinematic for it, though. Mm-hmm. The last I saw. They might have shown a gameplay somewhere. I'll look deeper into it. But for people, the way they presented it was really well done. And plus the fact that people on tablets can operate drones in that game world is very, very nice. Is a nice little input.
The mechanic of Divisions, in case people don't know, because you haven't heard of Divisions, have you?
Not that I'm aware of.
Tom Clancy's Divisions is going to be open world RPG.
Okay.
Co-op based game.
Third-person shooter.
Online.
Can you give me an example of a different open world RPG?
Just
like World of Warcraft.
Destiny.
Those things?
Yeah, Destiny. Where you can explore anywhere you want.
So kind of like Fable, except better?
Yeah, it's
Fable, except more people.
Except more people, and you can explore around anywhere with no restrictions. Well, there are restrictions too, like certain borders, like way beyond the outer rim.
Of course.
But other than that, you can explore through certain buildings. You can help citizens within the city. Apparently, you can meet up with other friends in the area, and then you can even be hearing a firefight that's going on with other players way on the distance. You can be like, should we go help them out, or do we just go over here and help the police station? That's pretty much what they were doing in the game. They're like, well, this is happening a lot closer, so let's go over here. And then when the end of the match, or when they come out of the mission that they were going through, or in other words, in RPG terms, the quest that they're going through, all of a sudden they get instantly pushed right into a PvP match, right on the spot.
From my understanding of Divisions, it's going to be a 4-player co-op based game. Like you can form teams of 4, but you can form groups of however
like
many.
fire teams. Basically.
Yeah, like fire teams. Yeah,
like Destiny.
Yeah. So it's going to be a limit as to how many people you can have on your team, but it's not going to be really a limit on who you decide to play with. And like you said, at the end of the mission, you can enter into a PvP match whenever one arises.
Yeah, whenever one arises, you can end up being right in the middle of it.
So that's pretty cool. It's not just going to be PvE. PvE. It's going to be PvP as well.
Yeah, or PvE is mainly when you face like. AIs, NPCs, that sort of stuff. Well, PvP is player versus player.
How about Far Cry 4? We have never talked about that at all in this E3 discussion.
I only saw the trailer. I did see the game a gameplay for it, but the trailer is what caught me more because it shows like the kind of situation that's happening, and also you get to meet the villain, and he is pretty scary. I mean, nothing can nothing can beat the guy from Far Cry 3, not that villain, but he is right up there. Like, there's a part in the trailer where like a big firefight happens on a bus, and apparently the villain guy was saying that I told you, he goes up to the leader who has like an injured arm from the fight. He's like, I told you to stop the bus, not shoot the bus. And I'm very specific with my words. Stop. Shoot. Stop. Shoot.
So you want to shoot?
Do any of those sound the same? And this whole time with like his gesture, you're just like, this guy's gonna die. And
he stabs him in the eye with a fucking pen.
No, he stabs him in the neck with the fucking pen. He went in right for the jugular with the pen. And he complains that he got blood all over his shoes.
Fuck! He got blood
and he gets like, he has blood all over his face and everything. He doesn't even bother to wipe it off. And he sees you as the main character. He's like,
but first,
hey, I know those eyes from anywhere. How you been? It's good to see you. You're just in time for the party. And you're just like, what the fuck?
But first, let me take a selfie.
He even, yeah, exactly. He even does a selfie with you. He's like, just 1 second, just right there, and click. Awesome.
The blood's still on his face.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like,
I mean, yes.
And then we saw the gameplay for it on a different trailer, and
you can get hit from every direction.
You can get hit from every direction. You can shoot while driving now, where all the other Far Cry games, you actually had to stop, get out of the car, and shoot, unless if you're the passenger. But now you can actually shoot and drive, and animals can actually help too, because Anthony and I saw part of this video where apparently a elephant went rampant and started
beating on the other guys,
beating the crap out of some of the bad guys. Like took one in his trunks and threw one like way out in the distance, and took another one and slammed it to the ground.
And then
then you see a Jeep pull up with a giant machine gun just trying to mow you down, and you just see the elephant just charge right at it and blow up the freaking
along with itself. But what I think I love about it, also they implemented in hijacking while driving.
Oh yes, that looks pretty interesting.
That was like, that's going to be the thing.
It's turning Indiana Jones.
Exactly, yeah. It's going to end up being another Indiana Jones style kind of game.
Now on top of that, there's Uncharted 4. They only showed a cinematic for it, but still looks pretty.
Yes.
This was a short cinematic for my
understanding. It was, but I think it's going to be to the point where it's going to be like Drake's like, I'm too old for this shit.
But it's going to be, but imagine like the stuff they were able to pull off like graphic wise on the PS3 for Uncharted. Imagine what they're going to
They're talking about a teaser where he just walks up and turns around.
But imagine what they're going to pull off on the PS4 as far as graphics in Uncharted.
My main question is, are they going to still incorporate the same running system that they did in Uncharted 3, where his head was literally turned sideways and all he is running against walls?
Maybe was there like a are you talking about like the scene where he's drugged or something?
I don't know, but according to my friend, that was literally like the way he ran in the entire game. I don't know.
Not really. I have Uncharted 3. He doesn't really run like that. Because
not all. He told me that I think it was either one of the scenes or just in general that one of the ways that he just ran was that his head was always tilted sideways, and he always goes to walls no matter what. Like he'll always push off a wall. Just
maybe your friend was just really bad at running in the games.
Maybe, I don't know. That's what made me laugh about it.
But do you think this will be the last Uncharted?
Probably.
Hopefully.
Well, he does say like one more time.
I wouldn't really
just for old time's sake, just one more time. And the guy's like, "All right, let's do it."
It's bad to really.
Now that reminds me of how the ending is going to be.
Really
it is. It is.
Is it going to go completely south?
It just really depends on the game.
Or will
Final Fantasy?
Or will he finally retire? Will he be arrested for something? Will he get captured?
Or will it end up being he'll go at it again?
Kind of like the Tales franchise. You can milk that out.
I have a feeling someone's going to get shot.
Yeah.
And then there's Metal Gear Solid 5, is it?
There's Metal Gear Solid
Ground Zero,
and then Metal Gear Solid something Ghost.
Yeah, like the one, like the actual game.
Metal Gear Solid.
There is the shorter version of it, which is kind of like a teaser for what's to come.
We'll throw that in another topic.
One more thing. Last point. No?
What?
Okay, no, because we're at 1 minute. We got 1 minute.
I love how you went. Anything else to say while you're holding the shut the fuck up sign to everybody? It's like you're forcing us to not say a word. It's like anyway. Okay, we're going to close it here then.
Last questions.
Last questions. Shut the fuck up. Okay, here we go.
Okay, well, what is it? I'm pretty sure there was a whole bunch of things that we wanted to cover but didn't get the chance to cover.
We could probably do a part 2.
We could probably do a part 2 on this thing.
Who knows? Maybe we can come by again, meet again tomorrow because I have tomorrow off.
Sweet!
And do a part 2.
Sweet. Now, you know what?
I get up at 6, so I most likely will be able to, depending on what time you guys.
We can talk to Carlin. We can talk to Travis. See if they will be down. Matt, would you be down?
I am available.
You're not available.
I am available.
Oh, you are available. Then Anthony, you'll be available.
Oh yeah, I'm off at 3.
And Gregory, we don't care. So he's down for that.
No one cares for the youngling.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm done.
Right,
of course, I'm the one with the microphone.
Of course. Then then tomorrow we will do part 2 of E3 because part 1 this is too much to handle on just one part.
Right.
Because E3 is such a big thing. It's like one of the biggest out of all the conventions.
Yeah. So on that note, we will see you all tomorrow, or we will talk to you all tomorrow. And
Bye.
stay tuned.
All right, see you guys around.
Later.
Bye.
Later, bitches.
Matt's waving. It's okay.
I need some moonshine now, motherfucker.
I already made a bad impression on my
3,
introduction.
2, 1, and cut.
Let me gather my words, cause it's not easy